everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Cassandra and today I'm doing a yoga class that has been heavily requested for years, literally 10 years. This is yoga with weights. 10 years ago, I released a class that I called Iron Yoga, and it was a 30-minute flow using these exact weights actually. So I've had these for a long time. And ever since then, I've had a lot of requests to do more. I'm finally getting around to doing it. I'm sorry it has taken me so long. This is an intense workout. So of course you need some little small weights. I have 5 pounds. 5 pounds doesn't seem like a lot. It's actually quite heavy. If you're not used to doing a lot of strength training and weightlifting, I would recommend going a little bit lighter, maybe starting with 2-pound weights or 3-pound weights. You can even use like cans of soup at home just to add a little bit of resistance. So whatever you have, so I have 5 pound, 5 pound. This is definitely an intermediate level flow. Before we get into the strength building, we're going to start by stretching everything out a little bit. So let's just lie down on our backs, and you don't need any other props other than these weights. And of course, this is definitely a yoga class that you could do without any props at all, without any weights, if you just wanted to follow along. So let's just pull our right knee in towards the chest. Keep your left leg nice and long. Think of shrugging the shoulders down and away from your ears and almost push down into that left heel. Draw the lower belly in and up a little bit. So even though we're just focusing on the stretch, I want you to get a little bit of abdominal engagement. Not fully pressing the lower back into the floor, but we want to make sure we're not arching too much through our lower back. And you might do a few ankle rolls here with your right foot, flexing and pointing, spreading through your toes, just getting some motion through that lower body. Let's carry this over into a twist. You're going to bring your right knee across the body towards the left side of your mat, using your left hand to guide it along. I'm going to move my props out of the way. Right arm extends out to the side. Try to press that right shoulder blade into the mat. Keep the length through that left leg. And coming back through to center, let's find a little hamstring stretch so you can straighten that right leg any amount. My hamstrings are super tight this morning, so I'm going to bend and straighten that right leg a couple times, maybe flex and point again through that right foot. And let's pull both knees in towards our chest, giving them a big squeeze, maybe widening the knees a little bit towards shoulders and armpits. And we'll set ourselves up for the second side. So keep that left thigh in towards your chest and straighten your right leg to the mat, reaching out into that right heel. I'm going to roll through my left ankle, flex and point through those toes. Softening your neck, your jaw. Slow, steady breaths in and out through your nose so that we're not restricting or constricting the flow of our breath, using it to sustain and nourish our practice. Into our twist, we'll carry that left knee over to the right to use your right hand to help guide it along. Left arm stretches out to the side, moving in opposition. One more big breath in your twist. And coming back through to center, find that hamstring stretch with that left leg. And again, maybe bending and straightening that leg a couple times, flexing and pointing through your foot. So you're targeting through your calf, getting into the ankle. And both knees will come in towards the chest, widen them towards shoulders and armpits. Maybe come into your happy baby pose, our last little stretch here before we focus on strengthening. pushing the tailbone down into the mat. Really focus on the length in your spine here. Everything pressing in contact with the mat. Using your elbows to open the knees a little bit wider. And let's release. We'll bring our feet flat to the floor, hip width distance apart, setting ourselves up for bridge pose. If you'd like, you can add your weights here just by placing them right at the hip crease. Shrug the shoulders down and away from your ears. Push down through your heels. You're going to scoop, lifting the hips up, flattening through your hips, hug through your inner thighs. Relax your neck a little bit more. And we're going to open our knees out to butterfly. So roll to the outer edges of both feet. While you're here, can you press and lift your hips up a little bit higher? Squeeze your knees back in, hip width distance apart into parallel, and roll yourself down inch by inch. Control the descent. Same thing a few more times. So inhale, press, squeeze, and lift. Open the knees wide, lift the hips up more, squeeze your glutes, bring the knees back into parallel and roll yourself down. Use your abs on the way down. Twice more here. Inhale, rocking up. We open the knees, we squeeze a little higher, maintain that height as you bring the thighs in and lower yourself down. Last one. Just warming up through that lower body, getting those major muscle groups engaged. Squeeze, knees to parallel, and we'll roll ourselves down. Grabbing a weight in each hand, we're going to reach them up overhead. Maybe walk your feet a little bit further forward. This is actually a variation of Pilates roll-ups. So you're going to use the weights, tuck your chin to your chest, reach your arms forward, C-curve through the spine, lifts you all the way up, flat back. We're going to bend the elbows in, press it up, and then roll yourself down. So using the weights to control the motion, inhale, lifts you all the way up. Try to push into your heels. Try not to let your feet come off the mat as you lift up. Exhale to roll, C-curve through that spine. Twice more like this. Inhale, pulls you up. Bend and press. Roll it back down. Last one, and we're going to stay up this time. Lifting up, bend and press, crossing at the feet. You can just bring the weights to either side up the top of the mat. Sitting up nice and tall, let's just take a little spinal twist while we're here. Left hand to your right knee, right fingertips behind you. Open through the chest, draw the lower belly in and up. And back through to center, twist the other way, right hand to your left knee, left hand back. Into our tabletop pose, onto hands and knees, just for a regular cat and cow. Hands under shoulders, knees underneath your hips. As you inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze, curl tailbone up. Exhale, round and contract, chin to chest. 3 more like this. Inhale, create that space. Exhale, push the mat away from you. One more. And find a flat back, neutral spine, push into the tops of the feet, and just hover and lift your knees and shins off the mat. Holding here, finding that connection to our core. And go ahead and lower it down. Grab a hold of your weight in your left hand and straighten your right leg back behind you. Point through your toes. We're going to squeeze and lift. So you're just rowing, bending the elbow, lifting the weight. And at the same time, my right leg is going to come up and then back down. So keep going like this as much as possible. We're trying not to exaggerate and sway this motion. So use your core. Don't worry so much about how high you're getting that leg. Instead, try to maintain somewhat of a flat back. Let's do 3 more. Lift and lower, up and down. squeeze. Tuck the right toes under and go ahead and open your left arm up into a twist and drop it back down. Staying stable through that right shoulder. Reach up and down. Up and down. Twice more. Inhale and exhale. Last one. And down. Let's switch sides. Bring that right knee in. Left leg reaches back. Weight is in your right hand this time. Flat back. Point through the toes. You're going to row and lower. So strengthening through the back of that left leg. Think of almost squeezing the shoulder blades as you pull and keep that elbow in close to the rib cage for 3, 2, and 1. Tuck the back toes under. We open into our twist. Right arm extends up and slowly comes back down. Make this come from your core. Find the full rotation. So we're never using momentum here, never swinging. We're going a little bit slower, twice more. Inhale, open, and return. Last one. And release. We're going to come to downward dog. If you can, we're going to do downward dog on our weights. If that doesn't work for you, just do it flat and you'll pick up your weights later. Otherwise, I'm going to grab a hold of my little dumbbells, tuck the toes under, and lift my hips up and back. First down dog, make any little movements here that feel good. And we'll be charging things up quite a bit here. Let's reach that right leg up towards the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, come forward to plank pose. Twice more like this. Inhale to lift. Exhale to squeeze. Last one, reach. Squeeze, look past your hands and step that foot through between the palms. You're going to grab a hold of your weights if you don't have them already. Start to lift your chest up. We're going to reach our arms up overhead. I'm bending a little bit into my back knee, into our tricep extensions. Bend the elbows, tilt your chest forward, straighten the arms, pulse 3, 2, 1. Come all the way back up into your high lunge. Bend the elbows, reach back for 3, 2, 1. Twice more like this. Up, bend, extend, up, up, up. Last one, deep, generous bend into that front knee. Pulse 3, 2, 1. Into our warrior 2. Can you reach the arms all the way up? Spin the back foot parallel to the short edge of your mat. Hands facing up towards the sky. We're going to bend our elbows in to the sides of the waists and then extend it back out. So we bend and squeeze, reach. 3 more, coming in and out, keeping the arms up for 2. Extended side angle, bring your right form over onto that thigh. Left arm reaches up to the sky, similar to what we were doing in tabletop. You're going to bring that weight down, chest faces towards the mat, bend into the elbow, and reach it back up. 4 more. Down and up. 3, 2, and lift. Last one. And lift. We are coming into our plank pose on our weights. Holding your plank, you're going to lift that right leg up, tap the toes for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left leg up, tap 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're not done. You're going to row right arm and down. Left and down. This is 2 and 2. We're going to 5, 3. Feel free to drop the knees if you need to. 4, last repetition, 5, and 5, downward facing dog. Great job. You can add a vinyasa if you'd like. I'm going to keep my hold of the weights. You can drop that if that doesn't feel good for your wrists. From plank, we lower, upward dog, downward facing dog, and we're setting ourselves up for the same sequence on the other side. Left leg comes up, come forward to plank, tap your knee to your nose. Inhale, reach it up and back. Squeeze it in and extend. Last one, look past your hands so you can step that foot through. My knee is on top of my ankle here, and I'm gonna lift myself up into my high lunge. I'm gonna bend into my back knee a little bit. Elbows bend, lean your chest forward, pulse 3, 2, 1. Reach the arms up, bend, lean, up, up, up. Twice more, lunge, and we tilt. 3, 2, 1. Lunge, bend, reach. 3, 2, 1. Coming into our warrior 2, arms go up, and then open, palms facing up. Keep that bend in your left knee. Squeeze your shoulder blades behind you as you bend your elbows in, and then press them back out. For 4, and reach. 3, 2, last one, keeping those arms up. Left arm to your thigh, right arm reaches up towards the ceiling. Just bend, face down towards the mat, and then squeeze to extend up. 4 more times. Control the rotation through your torso, pushing into both feet evenly. Still bending into that left knee. Last one. Coming down and coming up. We're coming into our plank pose. Big challenge here, framing that front foot. Step the left foot back. Left leg comes up, tap the toes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right leg up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Row, left arm up and down. Right, down, left, and right. Left, right. 2 more sets. Up, up. Last one. Row, row. Downward dog. Either holding here or adding your vinyasa forward to plank. We lower into your back bend. Downward facing dog. And take a little child's pose from here. You can just kind of roll those weights out of the way, flatten out the hands, give yourself a moment. All right, not too long of a break. We're gonna come into our side plank. You're gonna be on your right hand, grab your weight in your left. So you can do this either with your right knee down on the mat for more support. Otherwise, challenge yourself by keep it lifted. Make sure you have one foot in front of the other. We're gonna bend the knees, reach your left arm to the back of the mat, and return. This is a hard one. 4 more. Bend and reach for 3. Last 2. And 1. Extend. You're gonna thread, reach that left hand to your right shin and come back. Switch so that you're now on your left side forearm plank, or sorry, not forearm plank, just regular side plank with your weight in your right hand, reaching it up overhead. We bend the knees and return. 4, side plank. 3, Straighten the legs. 2 and 1. Find that down dog twist. Reach the weight to your left shin and then set it down. Downward facing dog, just to stretch. And we'll bring our knees down to the floor. Bring your legs out in front of you. Grab your weights. Setting ourselves up for boat pose. So I'll show you different variations here. If you're doing the full expression of the movement, you're going to lean back slightly. And every time we press the arms up, we're going to straighten the legs and down. We're going to try to do 10 of these. So press and lower, press and lower. Feel free to keep your feet flat to the floor. Maybe you just want to work with lifting one leg and the other. So choosing the option that works the best for you. Bend those elbows, palms facing in towards one another. If you're lifting the legs up, bring the toes up. We go 1 and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, halfway there. 6, 7, 8, 9, big push. 10 into our low boat, weight goes forward. Keep everything at around eye level. Lower back is flat to the mat. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower it down. Great job. Let's focus a little bit more on seat and lower body. So you only need one weight for this. I'm going to squeeze it behind my left knee. And I'm really squeezing actively so that the weight doesn't fall and drop. Into our single leg bridge, walk that right foot in, shrug the shoulders down and away from your ears. Press and lift yourself up. I'm gonna tap left toes down, knee comes up, and then single leg bridge. Hips come down, hips come up. Toe taps and lifts, hips down, hips up. 3 more, toes and hips. Tap, lift, lower, lift, tap, lift, lower, lift, roll all the way back down. And let's switch sides. So grab a hold of the weight. You're going to place it squeezed behind that right knee. Make sure you still have your legs hip width distance apart. That left heel is pretty close in towards your seat. Press and lift yourself up when you're ready. Toes tap and lift. Hips down, hips up. Tap, lift, lower, and squeeze for 3. Down and up. 2. Down and up. Last one. Lower and lift. Roll yourself back down with control. Move the weights to the side. We will not be needing them. Let's cross our right ankle over the top of that left knee. Reach through with your arms and pull that into your chest. Slowing everything down. Nearing the end of our class. Just taking some deep stretches. Feeling the effects of this strong practice. And now you can overcross your right thigh, crossing it over the left. Move your hips over to the right and let both knees drop down to the left. So coming back into a reclined twist. Having the right thigh crossed over the left will intensify this stretch. And go ahead and squeeze through your abs to float the knees back up, uncross the legs. Let's find reclined pigeon on the other side. Left ankle over the top of your right knee. Reach through with your arms, pull that in. Try to keep head and shoulders on the mat. Only a little bit of arm strength. Not tensing up too much here. Into our twist, so you can wrap that left leg over the right. Move your hips to the left a little bit and let both knees and thighs come down to the right side. Left arm stretches out. Two more breaths here. And let's unwind. We're coming to Savasana, our final resting pose. Take up some space with your arms, with your legs. Give yourself this well-deserved rest, just to integrate and process all of the work that you've done. Noticing what has changed and shifted. And we'll have about 2 minutes here. I'll let you know when it's time to reawaken. And begin to breathe a little bit deeper. Let's wake ourselves back up with a bit of movement, first through the hands and feet. We're turning the head side to side. You can stretch your arms up, big stretch from fingers to toes. And we'll turn to one side, coming up to take a seat. Sitting up nice and tall. And you can bring your hands together at the front of the heart. Let's close by chanting Om one time. Inhale to chant, breathe in. Om. Thank you so much, everyone, for doing this challenging, not so conventional yoga class with me. I hope that you enjoyed it. It's certainly a difficult practice to do. Probably why I've avoided doing it for the last 10 years, even though a lot of you have wanted more of these yoga with weights classes. So let me know if this really is something that you would like me to produce more of, and hopefully I can do a better job and not wait another decade before I give you the next installment of these. Okay, please subscribe, and hopefully we will meet on the mat again together very soon.